So who will be taking the ANC's top seat in KZN? There's a hotly contested race for the top position. Current chair Sihle Zikalala is taking on Nomusa Dube-Ncube, Siboniso Duma and Sandile Zungu. Political analyst Xolani Dube joins me now to discuss the likely outcomes. Mr. Dube, good morning and thank you very much for your time. Just looking at this, it seems that chairperson race is open to many, from your Nomusa Dube-Ncube, Sandile Zungu, as we've said, and Sihle. These are some of the names bandied about. But just unpack the current political climate so we can get a general assessment of where, in whose favor voters could be swayed.
Look, let us accept that there is a huge confusion when it comes to the ANC politics in KwaZulu-Natal. And it seems as if everyone wants to get an approval from Jacob Zuma that he or she must be anointed as the leader of this province. And unfortunately, all the people who are presenting themselves as the potential leaders of the ANC, they've been with us for quite some time, and we know their capabilities, that they're not capable at all to lead the province. And so, look, the competition in the ANC is a competition of nothingness, and it's just a dictatorship of no alternative, because the people who are presenting themselves, I don't think that they will add any value to the ANC except to themselves and their families. And we've seen it in the past. And so if those that claim that they want to lead the ANC, if they can tell us what they've done in the past, all of us, we can be ashamed that these people can even now claim that they can rescue and they can give the renewal to the ANC. And so, as I've said, it's just a competition of nothingness. It is a dictatorship of no alternative in the ANC constituency. But us, as KwaZulu-Natal citizens, we need to be very scared, that these people really, they are so naive to an extent that they can show their faces in front of us and claim that they can lead us possible post-2024. But we know it, that the ANC in this province post-2024 is not going to lead this province. And so whatever that they do in what we call it the den of thieves, the ANC, I don't think that it will have any impact, because I don't think that we are going to have a premier that will emanate from the ANC. And so whoever is going to emerge, and so it will be a winless win.
Fair enough. You're saying that it's a competition of nothingness and you're somebody from the outside looking in. But if we confine ourselves perhaps to the party members themselves, they have raised these names as ANC members and believe they can offer something. If we had to unpack what each candidate is offering to the African National Congress, never mind us outside of the party. But currently, while it's still internal, it's not about them governing KZN, but internally, who do you think could possibly emerge as a front runner of them to govern them?
Look, we have to understand that there is nothing of substance that that the members of the ANC, they look from the people who are contesting. They just look for patronage. And so clearly, the person currently who sits on that patronage is Sihle Zikalala. And so there are good chances that he might use our own citizen money to sustain his usefulness, his uselessness in the ANC. And so he's the person who will be dispensing patronage. We've seen him launching a number of projects, and so that is a clear indication that possibly he's starting to buy people so that they can vote for him, And so people like Sandile Zungu, I felt sorry for him. He has been used by people who promised him heaven and earth, but we know that it was just a castle in the air. And a person like Nomusa Dube, I think he had a chance in the beginning, and then I don't know where he lost the track, And then Duma and the others, as I said, it's just people who are trying to raise their profile or possibly are trying to secure their space when it comes to additional members, because they might see that, look, their longevity in the ANC is starting to expire. And so it's just a political preservation for others. But I can assure you, the slate of Sihle Zikalala so far is the one that is emerging as solid, because the so-called the RT, they are not agreeing who is supposed to lead them, or they are not agreeing on their slate. And so you find them wanting. And so, so far, if one can use this commercial analysis, I think Sihle's slate is the one that is solid, and Sihle's got chances that he might come back.
Because there's just that advantage of an incumbent. But you preface this interview with the centrality of the president's persona, from the former president, Jacob Zuma, that in this instance, there seems to be some of them going to him seeking to be anointed, or it seems that he remains a very strong and important figure in KZN and KZN politics. So is Sihle Zikalala still enjoying that kind of a relationship with the former president?
Look, Sihle is a two-faced person, and so he knows how to play the politics of spinelessness, And as I said, they can be a stampede in Jacob Zuma's corridor for anointment. But at the end of the day, what it matters most is that they must feed their families. And so the person who's got the purse is not Jacob Zuma, but it is Sihle Zikalala. And so that's where the competition is. One can claim to say, fine, you can anoint them, but on the other side, when it comes to the patronage, I'm the one who will give them money so that they can feed their families. Because, politics in our country has become a career, it's become an employment, especially the ANC is an employment agent. And so for people to go to Jacob Zuma, who will talk about politics but won't bring food on the table, I think people, that's where they are going to where the importance now to say, look, I would rather feed my family instead of moving with Jacob Zuma. Look what happened in Gauteng. Look what happened in the Eastern Cape. And so people, they look to what is going to save them and their families rather than the broader ANC ideological politics, because ideology inside the ANC do not bring food. But what brings food is to be spineless and to sell yourself to the highest bidder. And so here, Sihle's got money, and then the other side, they don't have money. And so as I'm saying, I think Sihle might be able to go out and buy votes, because we know it very well that in the ANC, to sustain your power, you need to dispense patronage. And patronage,
I'm sure Mr. Zikalala, though, I'm sure Mr. Zikalala now will definitely need an opportunity to respond for himself and perhaps rebut some of what you're stating insofar as buying votes. But just in closing, insofar as their kingmaker status is concerned, with so many divisions that you speak of, it seems there are too many fractions here. Can they, beyond this conference, emerge and speak in one voice heading into the National Elective Conference? Do you think whomever emerges can actually reunite them to speak in one voice?
I don't foresee anyone from KZN ascending to the highest position in the ANC. You saw what happened to Senzo Mchunu, and so I don't see ANC being represented in what you call it, the top six or the whatever of the officials of the ANC, because there's so much division in this province, and it is not really politics of ideology as pure politics, but there is an encroachment of personalities, where there's personal hatred and so forth. And so, as I'm saying, put aside politics. The politics has long died, but what we have now, we have personal politics that are going on. And so I don't foresee KZN becoming united in the national conference. And I think if it's not going to be united, it augurs well for Cyril Ramaphosa's camp, because, that traditional terminology to say, or attributes that says KZN is the kingmaker because of the numbers, I don't think that it is still really like that even now. ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is no longer that kingmaker. They're no longer that powerful. They are very divided, and so whoever has got serious money can buy any branch leader. And they are not going, remember, they're not going as the province, they go as individual branches. As we speak, the branches have not really pronounced, even now, who are their preferred candidates, And so it's only Nomusa Dube and some few branches who are saying Sihle, but you have not seen any other branch or any region that is coming out to say, this is the person that we want as the chairperson of the province, except Tsetsewini. They said that they want Sandile Zungu to be represented, but they are not saying what portfolio do they want her to occupy. And so, as I'm saying, the person currently that one can say is at the forefront in this nothingness race is Sihle Zikalala.
What a sad picture you paint, the nothingness race, as you call it. Xolani, thank you very much for that insight. That was Xolani Dube, political analyst. More news and updates on the other side. Do stay with us.